It's 2024 and chances are you guys are trying to find a new way to make money online. And the crazy thing is I actually started as a professional football player, and the reason why I'm saying this is not because I would like to brag or show off my skills or anything, but I would like to make the point clear that a person like me who literally has 0% business knowledge and knowledge in that particular space can learn and understand this type of system fairly quickly and literally implement it in order to earn $20,000 a month. Okay, so how do we begin? I would like to explain that what I'm teaching you guys in this specific video is actually essentially a system. So what that means is, because it's a system, it's not a specific guideline for you guys to become successful. You guys have to understand, in order for you guys to become successful, it's actually a perspective. So hence why whatever blueprint or whatever guideline, whatever A to Z instructions I basically brief you guys about, it's not going to work unless you guys understand the perspective. Now, I have phrase the following sentence in such a way: selling paid communities and making 20K per month as a growth operator. And this is probably going to be the caption, and I want you guys to understand it, that specific sentence is basically the formulation of the entire business model. Now obviously this is oversimplified, because if you guys dig a little bit deeper, then you guys realize that there are nested subcomponents over each component. So, but the most important takeaway out of this sentence is paid communities, which is essentially the info products that I'm going to explain in just a bit, and 20K per month, which is the monetary goal that you guys should set out for yourself, and also a hook which I'm going to apply for you guys to be attracted towards the video, and growth operator, the specific terminology that is applied or utilized when talking about this specific framework. And why it is called growth operator is actually for me quite a mystery, because when I learned about this framework there were many different terms used for it, but apparently growth operator is the new term for it, and that's very cool and exciting and just sounds much better, I guess, than the previous terms. Now in this specific file I'm going to basically categorize them into three specific areas, which is the fundamental principles, finding your niche, and then last but not least the MSP framework, which is the system itself. And why in such order? Because I want you guys to understand that before you implement any type of system, any type of framework, you guys need to have the prerequisites all set already, because otherwise it's not going to work. If you guys don't understand the perspective or the mindset required to even implement the system, no matter how hard you guys try, it's not gonna work. So let's literally jump straight to it. So in terms of fundamental perspective, I probably mentioned this earlier, but becoming rich is a perspective and not a blueprint. Now in case you guys wonder which video or what source kind of explains this quite well, I literally have this linked. By the way, this entire file I'm going to share with you guys. Trying to assess climate risk on your portfolio. Let me just skip this stupid navigating. So if you guys don't know him, his name is Charlie Morgan, and honestly he was one of the first persons who literally broke down the perspective, the philosophy, and the theology about becoming rich and what it takes to become a millionaire. So if you guys would like to understand the perspective which is required to even become a millionaire, then this video is super powerful. It's 1 hour, and if you guys do want to invest some time to learning the perspective behind it, then that video is absolutely powerful. Definite recommendable. Anyways, hence why if I showed you all these 0 to 100 steps, the perspective is what actually realizes. So if you guys probably know Andrew Tate, he's mentioned this in one video. By the way, I'm not going to quote him all the time, it's just something I've been thinking about. He mentioned that in order for you guys to become rich, like no matter how many steps I give you, even if he gives you guys the specific instructions, like literally A to Z, it's not gonna work, and hence why it's always a perspective. Now if you guys go throughout this entire journey, and obviously I'm not the most successful person out there, but I'm slowly coming to realization that is literally more a perspective, and it's hard to kind of metaphorically put this into words, but you guys would probably understand the moment you guys start or go throughout this journey. Now, what you guys are learning are literally systems, and because it's a systems, I want you guys to understand that systems are, one, not perfect, and two, systems need to be sharpened. And why sharpened specifically? Maybe I could use another word like transferred, but systems are basically adapted to your specific needs, right? So as I mentioned earlier, if you guys do, let's say, SMMA or dropshipping, you guys will probably have your own business model in place already. Now, this specific framework can obviously be transferred again, so you guys can utilize it for your other businesses as well, but you have to adapt it. You need to sharpen the subcomponents that essentially make up the system so that it suits your business niche. Success is a sum of efforts repeated day in and day out. Now, this is interesting. I found this quote from a guy called Robert Collier, and which is some old sack, by the way, I believe 100 years ago, because I want you guys to understand that success is nothing more than incremental wins. So all the minor wins that you guys obtain from whatever type of pain and suffering you guys go throughout, and whatever type of business model and business objective you guys set out for yourself, is only gonna work if you guys win incrementally. Now, incrementally essentially means the minor wins, like the 1% that basically you guys do every single day. Winning 1% every single day instead of 100% on some days, which is basically a compound effect. As you guys can see, I wrote it basically a line below, is the way for you guys to essentially become successful. And now, James Clear, if you guys don't know him, he's the author of Atomic Habits, which is a very popular book, and that is literally explained in the first chapter of the book. A definitely recommendable book if you guys would like to understand how to set up routines and habits, or to have some grasp about a mindset that requires you to put some discipline into your routines. Now, professional athlete. So I'm actually a professional athlete, as I mentioned in the introduction. And why I'm saying this is because, again, I don't want to brag, but there are a lot of stuff which I would like to transfer from my expertise into the world of business, which I believe, especially in terms of mindset and mental fortitude, which is basically a lot of the importance when it comes to starting a business. Now, Jack Hopkins, 90 Days YouTube channel. This is actually very interesting because Jack Hopkins is actually one of the first person that has literally opened up my eyes to starting a YouTube channel, and hence why I started creating this video. And I'm telling you guys this because I want you guys to understand that this 90 Days YouTube channel is basically a strategy which he uses, maybe not right now, but in the past, where you basically constantly post for 90 days. You literally post every single day for 90 days. And why is that so? It's because he emphasized, or the strategy in fact emphasizes, the importance of consistency. And any type of result you guys want in your life, you have to realize that it's nothing more than consistency. Even if you guys know every type of knowledge and know the systems well, if you're not consistent at your craft is never going to be so well. So basically, be consistent, and if you don't know how to start or how to become consistent, just analyze his YouTube channel, look at the 90-day challenge, and you realize that this man has literally posted 90 consecutive days YouTube videos. And if you guys actually watch it, the video production is not even high. So the point is, you don't have to put a lot of effort into this, but the most important is that you guys fulfill the quantity basis of 90 days. Now, let's jump to the pineapple, or the what's the right word? Let's jump to the essence of what is basically all what this is basically all about. So what is a growth operator? Now, if you guys have heard of growth operator before, or watch some videos of it, then you guys will realize that, or have seen this man, Eddie Cumberbatch, and he's, I would say, not really the first person, but he's the one who kind of made this terminology quite popular. Because when I did my own research, I realized that a lot of people who teach and talk about becoming a growth operator have very often referenced back to this person. And if you guys go in school itself, now school I will basically break down a bit later, then you guys will realize that his basically community is already there, and his community is literally called growthoperator.com. Anyways, so what is Growth Operator? Now, traditionally speaking, Growth Operator, now the term Growth Operator, I want you guys to understand that I'm explaining a system, and Growth Operator is like a sub-abstract. So it's basically a term. Growth Operator is the term used, what basically underlines this system. So Growth Operator is what Growth Operators are, the people that use this framework, if that makes sense. Gosh, I had to try a little bit to put the right words for it. Anyway, so the traditional meaning or terminology for Growth Operator was to become a community admin, community modifier, a growth partner, affiliate partner, creator assistant, influencer partner. Traditionally speaking, they were out there to help content creators or companies improve already existing funnels, and they're also component based and not system based. And now that is very important, because you guys will probably have seen this before, because I'll give you guys a crazy example, then you guys will probably understand what I'm talking about here. Is if you guys are a gamer, you guys will most likely have communities, like gaming communities. If you guys do crypto or NFTs, you guys will realize that a lot of these industries are community based. If you guys played Clash of Clans, when you were a little kid, you guys will realize that even on Clash of Clans there are communities, and Growth Operator are basically the people who manage the communities and had a few sets of skills and were basically smart in growing these communities. Now that's traditionally speaking where the origin, I would say, came from, but those were basically component based or role based, like for example a community admin only, or a community modifier, maybe just a growth partner. But now Growth Operating has, I would say, evolved to the idea where you slowly implement and understand the entire framework and system, and hence why I like it so much. So the modern meaning is to create info product for creators, which is basically what Eddie Cumberbatch does. Growth Operator focuses on the whole framework, which is the MSP framework, which I will explain in just a few minutes now. It's not just a segment like simple SMMA agency. Now let me explain this. Now this is quite interesting because I've done SMMA, which is basically a digital marketing agency, for quite some time now, and I've just always been focused on one subcomponent of the entire framework. I have just been focused on marketing, and I've just been focused on basically creating videos on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, basically what my agency does, but I have not focused on the entire framework. And why is it important for you guys to focus on the entire system and framework? Is because you realize that the entire framework is the money-making framework. Because if I, for example, just focus on M, which is marketing, like even if I implement the best type of strategies, even though my agency does such a good job in providing high quality video, if S, which is sales, and P, product, is not optimized, like the company won't make money. Like not only will my client not make money, but me as an agency, I will lose clients on a long term, because they will literally question me. And I have been in this situation so many times where they ask me like, oh, like your videos are doing so well, but why are they not converting into sales? And it's because of that. I literally don't implement the MSP framework. I just focus on one sub segment of M or S or P, but I don't focus on the entire system. And if you guys focus on the entire system, and I mentioned this earlier, you can literally transfer this framework into your other businesses and literally optimize your already existing shitty business models. Hence why you should comprehend the importance of system. The beginning for you to understand business. Now, if you guys are absolutely new, as I mentioned in the introduction to making money online, it's 2024, or you guys are experimenting with some different or new ways which you guys, could make money online, then this system will be, or this Growth Operating space will be attractive for you. Because again, it focuses on the entire system. If you guys are new to, let's say, making money online, and you just focus on drop shipping, or you just focus on, I don't know, SMA, or you just focus on crypto or affiliate, then it is like an already narrowed down system. Like IPGA space and the entire growth operating space is basically the umbrella system, and hence why it's universally applied in every other subsystem, which you guys will again in a visual format realize in just a second now. But yeah, just understand this for now. And okay, so what is IPGA? Now IPGA and growth operator is, I would say, basically the same. I understand that these are two specific terminologies which, you know, may have their own, you know, specific definition, but for this sake I definitely just think it's the same. Now IPGA basically stands for Info Product Growth Agency, and a growth operator is basically someone who sells an info product. So whether you apply that in the perspective of a business or of a affiliate or creator, I believe that's where the definition kind of varies, but in a nutshell it's basically, in my eyes, the same thing, fundamentally speaking. The framework can be universally applied in every business. Now I don't want to reiterate that a million times because I've already done so. Now what's more interesting, do you guys know this person? If you, honestly, it doesn't really matter, but this person is called Alex Hormozi, and why I'm saying this is because, and it's not really a golden rule which I, to be honest, apply in anything, but when other people invest in something, usually other people follow. Now again, I'm not really a massive supporter for that statement, but this person, Alex Hormozi, he's basically a person who's been in sales for quite some time, and he's been in online entrepreneur niche for literally a decade already, or even more. And he has been heavily investing into Skool. And I saw a chart that, and basically Skool is the platform where you make paid communities and sell info products online. I'll basically, don't worry guys, break this down in just a few minutes now. But ever since this man, Alex Hormozi, has invested into Skool, I saw a chart that literally the amount of users that platform got doubled. Now I want you guys to understand that it's less important about the specific platform, which is Skool, but it's more important about why he invests in that type of, let's say, business philosophy, because that's very interesting. Alex Hormozi, I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter in what platform he invests, but I want you guys to take away that it's more important that he invested in that specific type of business philosophy, and that is essentially that, the business philosophy of, you know, selling paid communities and entering that info space. Now, why Skool? And again, Skool is just one platform. If you guys utilize any other platform, which I will also break down throughout my other YouTube videos, then you guys will realize it doesn't really matter again what platform you use, but understand that why Skool is the one that is chosen is not only because of this man Alex Hormozi, but of a few features which I will basically explain shortly. Now, Skool combines education and communities. Now, if you guys have been in the education space for some time, you guys will realize the reason why education spaces don't really work out so well is because they're missing some element of bringing together the students they have. So essentially communities and education space, and let's say platforms like, you know, Kajabi or Teachable or Udemy, they have been missing on that specific crucial component for some time, and they have not been utilizing the idea of creating communities for education platforms, which I don't understand why that has not been the case, because any type of online coach, or if you guys are a personal trainer, you guys will realize and understand exactly what I'm talking about here. But education space requires communities, and vice versa, communities require education space as well. If you guys have no education background, like if you guys are not a personal coach by any chance, but then you guys have already been into a community in your lifetime at least once, I guarantee you guys, if you guys have played games, or, you know, done Clash of Clans, or I don't know, Call of Duty, or Discord or WhatsApp, you guys have been in a community before, and now communities are fun, they're engaging and they, keep people in there. But communities work in terms of business 3 times better when they are selling something, and hence why vice versa. So if you combine the idea of education and communities, but put it into the perspective that you guys run a community with the objective that you sell a specific topic, a specific info product, then that combination is like a McDonald's combo, like absolutely powerful. And that is basically what Skool, the platform, which is basically this, let me open it for you guys, and that is basically what Skool did. Oh no. And that's basically how Skool looks like many platforms. Hamza's here as well. If you guys know Elliot, he's here as well. Like a lot of these popular personal coaches are basically transferring their business communities onto Skool, which is a good idea. Anyways, coming back. So why Skool? Education needs communities solve a problem, topic niche, blah blah, info product as mentioned before. Don't follow Alex Hormozi, follow what everyone else is doing now. I've basically talked about this earlier before, but if you guys see the trend that more and more people are getting onto Skool, that is obviously a good sign, because then you realize that platform has a lot of traffic, and markets and industries that have a lot of traffic, the more the better, is basically where the money comes from and where the money goes to. And so that is something that, for general knowledge, you guys should always at least understand. Alex Hormozi investments are what everyone follows. So you shouldn't, as I mentioned before, don't really follow Alex Hormozi, but his investments are basically where all these donuts go to. So Alex Hormozi, invest in NFT, donuts go to NFTs. Alex Hormozi invest in, iPhones, every donut will have an iPhone. Now, following everyone is important because it's the masses that stimulate the market industries, as I mentioned before. Their secret: enter a business space that is going to be filled but isn't saturated with supply. Supply low, demand up. Now, that is basic supply demand mechanism. You guys should understand that whatever industry you guys touch, if there's a lot of demand and there's limited supply, then by sheer logics, you will have an absolute advantage. Like, you literally have an advantage, is because there are people basically willing to spend money already, but there's not a lot of sellers out there that can sell what they are looking for. And that is the industry which is quite new, which is the entire info product paid community space, Skool space. It is something where I've seen there's a lot of demand for it, but there's so less people out there that, one, teach about it, and number two, can literally set up let's say paid communities or info products. Now, growth operator to IPGA to info product space. So we're already practically in the next step. So you guys want to understand, okay, what's the next way forward in terms of becoming a growth operator? Then understand the framework works like this: growth operator to IPGA, and into the info product space. You guys have literally two choices. If you guys want to start this, you have two choices. It's either DFY, which is done for you, and you do it in the sense of a personal branding, like Iman Ghazi, Andrew Tate, Hamza Ahmed, Luke Belma. You apply it to yourself as a content creator or influencer. So if you are a person who's a creator, a content creator, if you are starting your personal branding, then do DFY, like do it for yourself. Like literally, you don't need to do it for other people. You can apply it to your own self as a personal branding person. You can apply it to yourself as a content creator or influencer, and you can teach other types of topics, but mainly upping your game when understanding the frameworks. Now, I want you guys to understand this. Andrew Tate doesn't sell becoming a growth operator. He doesn't teach you guys, what it is to become a growth operator. And in fact, I don't believe that he does or has much knowledge about this, but there's a good takeaway from his specific type of system. Andrew Tate sells a lot of types of info products or a lot of type of topics out there. If you guys go check in the Real World or Hustlers University, I don't know, there's Forex, there's crypto, there's e-commerce, there's dropshipping. There's a lot of stuff which he sells. And he is literally he literally implements the same framework growth operators use. This is why growth operator is so powerful, because if you study his funnels, now funnels I'll get literally into just a few seconds now, but if you study his funnels, then you realize it's literally the same framework what growth operators use. Again, why growth operator space is so powerful, because every content creator, every influencer, every type of YouTuber who's quite successful in the space literally implements a growth operating framework. Whether it's done on purpose or not, they literally implement the same system. If you guys are a coach already or do personal branding, then you guys might even implement the system without even realizing. Like, you guys might literally have been utilizing the system, but you guys are watching this video in order to improve that system. So this is, by the way, Iman Ghazi. You guys should know him, I hope, at this point. Andrew Tate, what's his name, Hamza, and Luke Belmar. Yeah, that's Luke Belmar. Done with you. So that is the second choice. So the first choice was done for you. The second choice is done with you. Now, done with you as a business is basically what I'm doing now. So done for you, you can do it to yourself. So you're starting your own personal branding journey, content creator, you're an influencer, you're a YouTuber. You apply this system to yourself, or you use the system, to sell. And you do it in the perspective of a business, and that's literally growth operator and IPGA. And it can also be applied to your SMMA business, which I literally also sublinked into a YouTube video where I basically broke down how I transferred my SMMA into a growth operating or IPGA type agency. If you guys run an SMMA, then realize that this video might be attractive for you. If not, literally forget about it. Anyways, becoming a growth operator as a freelancer. Now basically this is the confusion I had with becoming growth operator, because I didn't really understand the different types of perspective you can be as a growth operator. But a lot of the YouTube videos out there that talk about growth operator, they put yourself in a position where you sell yourself as a growth operator. So they basically focus, I would say, on the entire done with you section, but they didn't focus on the done for you section. Again, and why I'm giving you guys two choices, because you don't have to become a growth operator per se. You literally don't need to even start an IPGA agency. You can become or understand the system of a growth operator and apply it to to yourself as an influencer or personal branding. Like if you're a coach, or if you are someone who sells, shit online, then you can at least implement the system. Like you don't have to become a growth operator, because that was the reason why I'm also a bit agitated. I was confused about that for quite some time now, because I actually do personal branding. I am a influencer. I do have TikTok and Instagram, which I post regularly, and I always thought, shit, I have to sell this. I need to start a business, but no, I don't. I just need to understand the system and implement it into my business. And now if you guys, again, do it done with you, then you guys will be either a growth operator as an influencer, or you start an IPGA agency where you basically become like a leech, like a business leech, and you attach yourself to another business and you basically grow whatever type of info product or even physical product they are selling. Now, the traditional terminology applied in the business sense was basically talent management, influencer marketing, and affiliate marketing. Now I have seen a successful transition, which I forgot the company's name, but they were initially an influencer marketing agency only, and I have seen them successfully transition into an IPGA agency. And that's crazy, because think about it, guys, for a moment. Why are influencer marketing businesses transforming into an IPGA agency? And the only explanation that I can think of is because the system used for IPGA, the frameworks that are applied for IPGA, are much more attractive than the systems applied as an influencer marketing. Now, same goes for affiliate marketing, and same goes for talent management. I've also seen that freelancers who do talent management, for modeling or for jobs, for video production jobs, I've seen a person who literally manages talent, the so-called models, and he has basically transformed his business model into a growth operator. And that he basically made a community of talents and leverage on that entire space. Now, again, the modern meaning for it is IPGA, growth partner, and you are essentially, which I want you guys to understand, you guys are essentially transforming from a done for you, as I mentioned earlier, from a done for you perspective to a done with you, and that is super important. And again, if you guys don't want to do this in the perspective of business, if you guys are absolutely fine with done for you, if you are, I don't know, a YouTuber and you already have your stuff that you guys want to do and the products you want to sell, and again, if growth operating just isn't your thing, then you can absolutely stay with DFY, done for you, but understand the framework and literally apply it to your own personal use. Now, done with you as an instructor. Now, that is super interesting. Now, done with you as an instructor is basically explaining, and here's a paradox, explaining an info product that you are selling as an info product. For example, me, I'm explaining what it is to become a growth operator, but at the same time I'm implementing the frameworks of becoming a growth operator into my own business. I call it the double paradox, but it's basically you are explaining something what you are implementing into your own business model. And now Eddie Cumberbatch is a person who does that. He obviously sells growth operator. Max Persson is obviously a person who does that as well, also talks about growth operator. Tim Yoon as well, growth operator. Alex Omozi talks about selling online paid communities, and obviously a huge school investor. And Renzo Guevara, who also talks about SMMA and basically making money online. Here's the crazy thing, they teach about topics that they implement into their own business niche, and now you guys can do that. You don't have to, but it is something that I'm doing, and I believe it's a good way for me to not only understand the concept, but to also learn throughout the journey of teaching you guys, but at the same time refining my skills while I'm teaching. Now, teacher's paradox. Whoops. Teacher's paradox. Becoming good at systems. Someone else executing. Tim Ferriss. Okay, so I want you guys to understand that because it's a system, the amount of time that requires you to actually see genuine result depends on how quickly and how well you literally implement the system and practically execute it. Now, basically what I'm trying to say is, if you're quick at implementing and understanding system, it's gonna work for you really quickly. You guys have probably seen this online shit. This kid earned $10,000 in just 1 week, and it's probably because he understood the system really well and he executed lightning fast. And you guys can do the same. If you guys learn the system quickly and implement it even quicker, then you realize you might actually see results very quickly. And A few sources for you guys to understand this is Tim Ferriss 4 Hour Workweek. Now it's basically a book. This book is absolutely amazing. It basically talks about successful ways of delegating your time, and not only about the business perspective, but also leaving some room of time for yourself to actually enjoy the micro wonders of life, because that's what life should be, right? You guys should enjoy the little moments that basically encompass life. And Tim Ferriss is an author who basically put that into words into his book very, very nicely. How to delegate tasks like a pro. Team task management. This YouTube video is so deadly. I've landed on this, I don't know how, I believe from searching. But this lady.
How to delegate tasks like a pro. Often people approach me and say,
explained it literally just like that. How to delegate tasks like a pro. Like, if you guys become a master delegator, like if you guys can delegate tasks very, very well, then my goodness, you guys will see results so fast. Like respect. Like, if you guys know how to delegate tasks properly and in such a way that things happen very quickly, then like, how can you fail? Like, you are guaranteed set up for success. If you understand systems well, if you guys understand frameworks well and realize the skills required for it, and you delegate to other people who are competent, like, how can you fail? Like, logically it doesn't make sense. Now, Richard Branson, Virgin Air, study how he delegates. If you guys don't know who Richard Branson is, he actually looks like Gandalf's little brother, Gandalf from Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. And this guy, he's basically the founder, right, or CEO of Virgin Airlines, which is an American airline, and he is a master delegator. Like, he is so good at delegating, and he uses a specific type of system I've literally not heard before, but he has a PA where he basically sits down with her every single day for a few hours and tells exactly the PA what he wants. And then the PA will, obviously the PA is absolutely competent, but the PA finds the right people, finds the right system to execute. The PA basically does all the dirty work, or the hard work, so to say, and Richard Branson is basically the person who just explains the idea. So if you guys are need some reference to how to delegate tasks properly or a system, then literally just study this man, Richard Branson. Okay, now that is Eddie, this is Alex Hermosi, that's, what's his name, Max Perzon, right? Max Perzon, this is Guevara, the person I'm quite struggling with his name. Now, this is the exciting part, let's literally jump straight to it. Let me just check on the time. Now, MSP, now this is basically the framework oversimplified. This is the entire system oversimplified, and I want you guys to understand that this is the only system that, like, is literally that. Is a few components, but even though it's just a few components, your success is predicted on how well you set up your sub components. So every single type of smaller piece that plugs into the entire system, how well these smaller pieces are fine-tuned and basically adjusted is how well the entire system works, like logically speaking. Now, marketing, MSP, so M is literally for marketing, and marketing, I want you guys to understand that marketing is literally just traffic. Like, the term for the online business space is literally nothing more than traffic. It's basically every type of online interaction you get, whether it's on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Telegram, Discord, whatever it is. Marketing is literally the traffic that you attract. Now, the audience avatar is something that I want you guys to understand, which is super, super important. That audience avatar is basically the, what's the right word for it? Audience avatar is the filter I apply when I would like to find the average type of audience I have from my traffic. So basically, all the traffic that I receive, I filtered it into an audience avatar. The audience avatar is basically the average user of the entire traffic. Now, how I set up my audience avatar, there are a few specific ways, and I've broken that down into my other YouTube videos. But creating an audience avatar has a few features, but it's basically a system for you to understand how the average user that goes on your accounts actually looks like, metaphorically speaking. Now, as mentioned before, attracting traffic, YouTube channel for school content, win-win effect, more views, YouTube and content for school, shorts, reels, okay, so I want you guys to understand now, this is already a practical strategy, but if you guys start with school, as you guys have seen, and if you guys actually go to my classroom, now this is like literally some secret sauce I want you guys to understand, because nobody really explains this, but I've seen it happen many times, and it's what I'm doing as well, that all the videos, all the info products that you guys teach is from your YouTube channel. Let me repeat that. Every type of content that you guys are teaching on your school or community is from YouTube. So literally you can start a YouTube channel, right, without like the prerequisite, oh, I want to have 1 million subscribers. You can literally start a YouTube channel for the sake of creating content on school. And why is that so? It's because, I mean, not only does school require your videos to actually be on YouTube, but there's also a win-win effect. Like even if you guys get more audience on school, you guys will also get more views on YouTube. And at a certain point, if you guys have enough subscribers, let's say on YouTube, like you guys will also, be able to monetize your channel. So not only will you guys get paid like for your members on school, but you even get paid for like people watching your YouTube channel, and like that's actually like some win-win effect sauce going on, and that's something super attractive and something you guys should think about. Now, shorts, reels, and TikToks for presenting clips. Now, this is something which I implement for M, that every single type of marketing strategy, every type of, like, let's say, okay, let me explain this to you guys. According to the product launch formula, which is down here, there's one main long video. Like this video, for instance, is a long video. What I'm presenting to you guys is a long video, which I hope will be below an hour, so it's compact and sexy for you guys. But the product launch formula works like this. There's one main video, which is this video, and there are gonna be 5 shorter YouTube videos which all redirect to this main video. And you guys will realize that Iman Ghazi implements literally the same strategy, but coming back to shorts, reels, and TikToks, this is the idea. Like if it's a few shorts, a few reels, and TikToks, they should all be redirected to a main video which is a little bit longer, and the main video is actually what sells. So you guys make all these short clips, all these nice clips with a nice sound in the background and all these dramatic effects, and then lead it to one specific video that may be pinned, or maybe about like what you're selling, and that video is what sells and redirects them into the community or into the info space. Now, hook strategy is something that's super important. If you guys have done content creation for quite some time now, then you guys will realize that hooks are, if not the most important when it comes to online content creation. Hooks can basically be anything from headlines to thumbnails to sounds to visuals, can basically be anything. Paid ads is also another way for attracting traffic. If you are an online coach selling, let's say, high ticket products, then paid ads is, I would say, quite the strategy for you guys to at least look at if you sell high ticket products. Now, okay, so next component, sales. So sales is basically, in a nutshell, landing pages. It's literally all the traffic that is collected and the platform that is used to literally convert them into money. like literally. So that can be landing pages, VSLs, which is basically video sales letters, which personal coaches and online coaches use all the time. And it's basically like a website, like a landing page on a website that explains their very often social proofs, testimonials, and blah blah blah, and then like a CTA, which is a call to action, and then they click on it, and then they are redirected towards the community channel. Intermediary channels, which is Instagram broadcast, Telegram channels, WhatsApp group, and you guys have probably seen this. Perhaps Telegram channels are very popular for Forex people. You guys will realize that a lot of these Forex people, they'll put you into a Telegram channel where they literally just talk about success and results to a point until you actually get fed up and emotionally purchase their subscription or whatever info product they're selling. Automation and processes, so that is more from the back end. So any type of automation you guys use to basically smoothen this landing page process, and that can include ManyChat automation is basically like a auto reply, auto response. Zapier, you guys probably know that Zapier from corporate. Zapier is like all these, collecting emails, data entry into actually doing some action, like sending out an email or putting into another type of system entry. Typeform is very popular. Email automation as well for sending out emails. Now funnels, creating Miro charts. Miro is basically a platform which I use for you guys to use chart. You guys can use Canva or I don't know what other type of platforms there are, but Miro is what I use, and Miro is absolutely sexy. So creating funnels for yourselves, and that is super important. And I know I'm skimming through this quite quickly, not only because of the time, but also because I want you guys to understand that, like, I'm explaining you guys one thing, but like specifically implementing the hows and like the practical ways of actually doing it is literally a whole nother level. And again, you guys can understand all of this, landing pages, automation process, and funnels, but if you guys don't know practically how to implement them, and again, I've done this on my other YouTube videos, I've literally broke down every single sub-component, and you guys will understand that I'm incrementally increasing every type of sub-skill in order to fit into my MSP framework, and I'm seeing results already, and that's basically what it is. Like, it's literally nothing more than that. But anyways, coming back to, let's say, the fruit of the vegetable, the body of the I'm getting a bit nasty right now. Anyways, so funnels, automation process, and landing pages, that's literally all from S. Like, literally sales is just landing pages. It's literally just landing pages. Automation and processes that are at the background, basically automating the landing page, and funnels is basically a visual diagram, a visual illustration for you to understand how your entire sales funnels or sales, without using the word, your sales systems, your sales flows work, basically. Now, P, products. Products is basically info product. Now, I've put them into two groups. Why? Because I've seen a lot of creators use the strategy, and hence it's been really effective also for my own community, but a lot of for the other paid communities out there. There's two info products you want to sell. So if you guys, for example, want to sell a paid community, then I would put a free community first and then a paid community later. But anyways, let me first break down what info products are. Now, info products is basically any type of digital product you sell online with the purpose of teaching or selling a specific type of knowledge. So you are basically explaining your audience a particular type of skill which they don't know in the form of a digital product. Now, that comes in formats such as documents, PDF templates, communities, and then there's webinars, there's ebooks, there's what else, Zoom calls, there's online platforms. There's like a lot of different types of let's say digital products out there, but what growth operators I would say focus more on are literally webinars, communities, and some type of one-to-one coaching. Like that's literally what they focus on. And yeah, so in terms of the free value, I, for example, present this document for free, PDF or template, a free community, and the free info product should provide as much as generalized gems or generalized knowledge as possible, and then you upsell towards info products. So you guys will understand that this specific file that I'm showing you guys, or this specific YouTube video for you guys, is all generalized knowledge. And yes, obviously they're absolute gems and stuff that you guys should definitely implement into your business because it's powerful, but it's not specific. It's not tailored towards a specific person. And that's what the info product 2, which is the high ticket, that's the plan. So you offer generalized knowledge, and then you offer high ticket or specific knowledge, personalized knowledge with a high, it doesn't really have to be high ticket, but with a price tag towards a specific person. And that's why it's so powerful, because if you are selling for example, an info product about how to lose weight, let's say 5 kilograms in 40 days for people who don't go to the gym, create a free community, create free info products explaining about the knowledge. Now, if they are bought into the knowledge that you're sharing, if they really enjoy the knowledge you share, I can guarantee you guys there are some people out there, they want to have something personalized for them. They want to find out, oh shit, what is there something specific for me? Is there a way I can have this program only for me? And that's where the info product 2 comes. That's where the high ticket comes. It's like you'd be like, oh shit, I actually do. I can make this entire plan for you. I'll have a one-to-one coaching just for you, James, every single week, 3 times for $1,000 a month. And I can guarantee you guys there are people willingly out there to spend their money on that, and that's crazy. And again, that also boils down to the type of info product you guys sell. But yeah, that is basically in a nutshell how it works. And the high ticket, again, obviously it's like a special high ticket community, and their exclusive online webinars, one-to-one personal coaching, and marketing, quicker results, specific instruction, and specialized information. So it's basically just specialized knowledge and personalized knowledge tailored towards that person who's spending a huge amount of bucks. And you guys obviously shouldn't do this with the with the mindset of selling something. In general, guys, if you guys want to do this space, if you guys I'm sorry if I'm getting a bit philosophical here, but honestly, if you guys do this entire space in the sake of earning, just making money, don't do it. This entire space is for you if you want to help people online. If you possess a certain type of skill, or if you understand something what other people don't understand, and you believe that it's worthy explaining other people so that they can learn, and do it for that sake. Because one, not only is it a way for you to make money because something different, but I feel like it's more rewarding. It's more rewarding to teach a person something in the sheer goodwill that you want to teach them about it. If you guys are out there making money and oh, I want to make money because in the sake of making money, isn't it much rewarding if you guys are out there explaining about something, and especially if you're passionate about it, right? And then you get paid for it. Isn't that much better? Anyways, it's a bit derailed from the topic, but that's basically the entire framework. This is the entire growth operating framework oversimplified. Again, sharpen your skills, understand each subcomponent for it to actually work out quite well, and in order for you guys to see results quite quickly. But yeah, I'll make another video for the actionable steps, which is going to be a separate file where I explain practically some of the steps you guys should move forward. But yeah, that is basically the entirety of the system, and I hope you guys at least understood, and if not, enjoyed this video. If you guys did, do show me like some type of way that you guys learn from it. And again, if you don't want to become a growth operator, sure, but then understand the system and framework, because it is a specific type of knowledge that you guys can always apply into your online business. Anyways, love you guys so much. Without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.